Nature is balance, an eternal, intricate, and beautiful balance of all systems working together. The seasons have turned and spring is here. The light streams through the mountains and the rainforest glows golden. Last week, Moth gave birth to twin girls, and their soft innocence lets us look at the world through a new gaze. We've been learning to balance work and play, caring for ourselves and others.
The night was open, the rain was golden upon our shoulders and in my eyes.
We've been babysitting the tiny goats while their mum forages for food. It feels so amazing to be trusted by Moth as she wanders off to care for herself. It's a full-time job though, and we spend hours outside making sure Paisley and Moonbee are safe from predators. This role has taught us how to shift and balance our routines. How, even if it feels like we are so busy and our lists of farm work are full, there will always be time to just sit and care for baby goats. This care isn't just for the goats though. I think that we also gain so much from slowing down, sitting still, or standing back.
But I was broken after you
Or from the returned love that the animals give us. Moth was just a baby herself when she came to the farm. She was shy and protective of her little sister Maggie. It took months for her to even trust us enough to pat her. But now she's so friendly and trusting that she even trusts us to look after her babies.
Do you need a lift to your mummy? Come on. Come on.
I know I'm a fool, but what can I do? I've crossed
Moth's love has taught us to always give more than we take. To give endless love to these animals, even if they sneak into your veggie patch or run away. That love is always passed back. I'm always in awe of this reciprocity in nature, whether it's the goat's love or the way that a bee pollinates a flower and in return nourishes the hive. I think we could all learn something from the effortlessly circular way that nature interacts. We always try to imitate and work with these systems on the farm. The land, the orchards, the animals and us, working circularly like nature. In simple things like replenishing the soil with the duck's poop, or more complex ways like how every animal's role is connected to the same goal, to live in harmony with the earth.
There's nothing I can do. I'm hardly a fool if I'm ending.
While the goats are cuddly companions, they also have purpose in the circular system. They love eating weeds that aren't native to this area, and this means their favourite snacks are invasive weeds. Without even knowing it, they bounce around the farm, clearing weeds and allowing native species to return. One day soon, Moonbee and Paisley will join the flock and be regenerative farmers of their own. Spring feels like a new beginning. With the new growth and blooming red cedars, it feels like the world is waking up. We're inspired by this, working hard in the garden to plant next season's crops and flowers. I love gardening because it feels like a way that I can give back to the land, and in return I am gifted with abundance and health. We planted a cover crop in here and it's growing so fast. A cover crop fertilizes the soil, represses weeds, keeps the soil moist, and encourages biodiversity. We plant organic seeds and seedlings only because non-organic seeds are coated in pesticide, and once the plant grows, the pesticides emerge through the plant. If a bee or flower pollinates this plant, the pesticide is poisonous, and the bee will take the pollen back to the hive, poisoning the whole hive. This is one of the reasons for the bee decline. Pesticides create ease in monoculture farming. Without biodiversity, it's easier to grow a lot of one thing. But there is so much irony in this. Without bees, our food can't be pollinated, and without biodiversity, the integrated systems of nature can collapse.
You want to come in too, but
This is where the animals come in. With their help, we're able to build up soil that is rich in microbes, fungi, and insects, holding so much biodiversity. The ducks actually eat pests that conventional farming relies on pesticides and chemicals to deter. And with rich topsoil that we've built up together, we're able to grow abundant food without the need of chemical fertilizers.
The babies were playing with Moth, but there was a kookaburra up in the tree and it was swooping, and Moth was pretty worried, so I brought them in here and now she's foraging and she seems pretty happy. And I'm pretty happy because I get cuddles. But you can't distract me too much. Can you? Oh, you alright, Paisley? Oh, that's heavy.
A breath of fresh air in a murky room. I'm stepping away from the silver spoon. The taste on my lips of a new found bloom. I'm slipping away from all that I knew. Alas, dreamy youth no more, holy harmony from before. Smile in a brutal score. How I wish I had kissed my rolling hills once more. How I wish I had kissed my.
The garden has been a big journey, but every step of the way we've been able to learn something new.
I am feeling really inspired to get it beautiful again. But as always, there's a lot of steps to get there.
I'm excited to get back into planting the garden today, but there's quite a few jobs I've got to do first. The first job is to fix the old goat pen and collect more compost.
The first step is to clear all of the wood off the back of my tiny truck so that I can get using it.
Quiet home filled with empty rooms, as if the past or the future that looms. A bittersweet town moving, nothing new. Thought that we would survive the bullshit right through. A mask, a Julieta, face the horror reveries far too long ignored. At last, the wolves unchained their horns.
We try to buy our food from small-scale local farms, supporting in-season produce, local farmers, and organic methods. But it's expensive and hard, so a big goal of ours this year is to grow more of our own food. Part of this goal is to work as a team with our neighbours. We're building a community garden, but the fencing is proving to be very hard. This is our neighbour Casey and her dog Franca, who's actually Clover's sister. She's been making compost with our other neighbour, and they kindly offered us some for the garden. It's an intricate act to balance work and play. Sometimes it feels overwhelming to think forward to all the work to do, but without any work, I always feel like I need purpose. I guess it's best to balance a little of both in every task. To skip through the rainforest as I move the goats, or just to listen to music as I work. It's these simple things that make the endless list of jobs enjoyable. The animals teach us this the most. They always find a way to make everything joyful, bouncing from paddock to paddock or asking for morning cuddles. The way they see awe and wonder in everything is so inspiring.
The baby goat was born about 9 months ago now, and his mum Moth just gave birth to the new twins, and he seems really upset because he's not getting attention anymore, and he just keeps trying to snuggle up with Moth, but she doesn't have time because she's got twins, and now he's crying in his paddock and he wants to go back to his mum, but we can't let him. We have to tell him he has to be a big boy, but it's so sad to see. So for my birthday last year, I got a roll of fencing wire, and that was the start of this garden. So I'm just so proud by how far we've come in a year. It used to be full of lantana, this weed that takes over everything, and then we cleared it, and the goats helped of course, and then we fenced it, and then the duckies moved in and we built their pen, planted up everything, and there's so much biodiversity thriving. There's bees everywhere. The ducks love it, of course. It's just so beautiful to see the changes we can make. While we have come a very long way from it being a jungle of weeds, there's still a long way to go. At the moment it's pretty rough. There is a lot of junk laying around. The duck pond is quite messy. So I've been trying to grow sweet peas up here for, I don't know, a few months, and I planted them straight into the ground and they got about this tall, and then the ducks got in and they ate them. and then I replanted them, and then the goats got in and they ate them, and then I replanted them again, but I brought them up as seedlings, and then the goats got in again and they ate them. So I don't know if I'm being silly, but I found this organic one and I'm going to plant it as well and hope that no one gets in and eats it.
Give me a moment to dream. World just spinning round.
Duckies bobbing their head means I love you, so I always feel so honoured when they bob their head at me. This is Wim, and he's normally not allowed on this side of the fence, so that's why he's a little bit excited. But I thought that I might let him have a little play. But I need to watch you. He eats bugs, so he is really good in the garden, but he has a bad habit of eating sweet peas as well. Moth just lost the babies. She hides them away so that no predators can get them. So she leaves them under logs or in different places each day. And sometimes she forgets where she left them. She's really good at hiding them, but she's not that good at remembering where she left them. She had hidden them in a roll of mesh, and they were safe and happy, but she'd forgotten where she put them. So she came down here and she was screaming and she was telling me, I don't know where my babies are. She just kept saying, nah! And so me and her went on this big hunt around everywhere, looking in every rotten log, everywhere, until we found them. And then I told her that I'd take care of them for a bit because she seems stressed. And she's happy. She's just munching on Thai basil through the fence. It's alright, Muffy, I got them! I got them! Don't eat it. Don't eat it. You're as bad as your mama. They haven't even started eating yet, but somehow they've started eating my dog.
At the start of this week, all of the work in the garden seemed insurmountable. But after some inspiring days working hard, getting on top of things, we're feeling very proud and excited. The music in this video is by Indira Elias, whose music touches us every time we listen. You can find her links in our description. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Thanks to our patrons for their support and friendship. We always feel so grateful to be a part of a community as beautiful as this.